Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's time to flip through this journal. I started it a month ago and was doing other things as well, but this was this was one of my main foci. So hopefully you've watched some of the how-to parts of my videos. Let's just dive in. Okay, this is the closure. Really fun beads, and it comes open. And we'll get down here. We're going to do it one step at a time. So the cover is very plain, but it has a nice texture. It does have a nice texture. It's got 3 signatures, and it is fat. I may have gone overboard. I had so many ideas I wanted to try that'll just have to wait for other journals, right? So let's go through. Now, there is a pocket in the front. And I did create a video for this. It's the mini file folder. And so this is in the front part, and it matches the theme of the journal. So this is the one I wanted to put in the journal because it has the colors, the theme. It's all about writing. That's what this journal is about. It's about writing and having some prompts, you know? So I have this fun face stamp. I have fun stencils throughout. This is a library card pocket. So the owner of this journal can use that as their book plate. So I had a little fun with some collage bits here and there. And so it's a brown journal with various tea-dyed and coffee-dyed papers, but I had this architectural paper with the blue, so it made it a lovely complement to have the blue. There's the video on these tags to check out. So these are writing tags. I stenciled in some letters, and this is a rubber stamp. So you'll see some rubber stamping and stenciling throughout. And there's these papers that I printed that I copied from an older book on penmanship. And I was having some fun with these stencils. You know, there's the ABC over here, and they might add as prompts, you know, and what, right? What might you say after, and what's the next thing? I have envelopes, one envelope in each of the signatures, treated them a little differently. But in here, what I did with these particular envelopes in a couple of places, I had these other mini file folders. And what I decided to do with these was provide some snippets. I had little bits and pieces left over, so why not put them in here as part of the creative process for whoever winds up with this journal, which will be available in my Etsy shop. And that little, it's a half of a normal manila file folder. So that's that part. So all of these, there's a few tabs to separate the center of each of the journals. I made some tags, some little writing tags. I left this one simple. Oh, this one is tucked in here. There we go. And we have these pages from an old Speedball book that was not complete. And there's a little touch of washi tape wherever I found maybe a little weak spot. A little weak spot there. Why? W-H-Y, why? So just the Y is enough. Why what? I wonder. Little fun here. A little stencil with 2 rubber stamps. Some Da Vinci. And in this pocket, this half of the pocket is some bits and pieces, some writing paper, and some little leftovers from the making of the journal. I think, yeah, there's a little fold out. Little things to play with. All right. Just a little writing spot. This is one of the tags. Another stencil that I have. Play. It is now one of my themes is to remember when you're doing creativity, whether it's writing or any kind of crafting or art, remember an element of play, getting into that innocence of your own being. That's where your muse is in that innocence. Oh, yes, and by the way, I did do this is the signature strings. I made them extra long, and I have these beads in my stash, so I ended them, and so each of the signatures has its own bookmark. So I'd never done that before. I thought that was kind of a fun idea. So just some little tags. These are little fold-out writing spots. This is one of those little paper bags I tea-dyed and glued down the base so that it created a little mini pocket, and just put a little washi tape on to hide all the kind of middle folds. There's a couple of tags, a little different treatment. Again, kind of ponder, ask questions, thinking. Be a statement of who you are. Just be. So in this signature, oh, here's some of that tape that I demonstrated in the previous video, where I put the tape on the slick paper, stamped on it, and then used it here and there. So in this pocket, I have just a writing folder. That's my little good idea stamp I designed. Here's looking at you, kind of a little hiding spot. So what I did, this is some more of the tape that's kind of like my own washi tape. And this is just a little flip up notepad. And I didn't do anything in here, but it's a writing spot. And one of those scrappy bits, if somebody wanted to do a little collaging in here, I didn't want to make it too lumpy by doing too much with that. I thought, well, leave some space for the owner of this journal to play. Another tab. This is another one of the paper bags with one of those little writing spots. Oh, I had a little fun with an arrow stencil as well on these paper bags. On this one, I glued in a bigger flap, and these are just little writing spots. Next chapter, and then, so more kind of writing prompts. I use this stencil inside this little mini file folder. So that's ties it together. The definitive I. I am what? Da Vinci, Da Vinci. Another little notepad. Some more of that tape. Any journalist knows the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, why, and then there's how. And so just another, I was just having fun with that stencil set. Well, just here's a couple of little fold outs. Another paper bag. Some more fun with arrows. And I did put another library card back here. This maybe this journal, because it has 3 sections, maybe it has 3 themes. So I've thought about that for what I'm doing with my own, is that I might have a section for goals. I have a section for monthly accomplishments and another section for gratitude and appreciation. You could have, obviously anything of your own ideas around what you might include in different sections. You get 2 of these. I like these. I think they came out really fun. Very playful. Wanted to keep that little element of play going. Another paper bag with some little folded papers and odds and ends. Always continue. And here's the third bookmark. And just a couple of fun little writing spots. And this is some stencils. I should put a link in there. This is from Stencil Girl Products. Very cool business. Lots of stencils, very high quality. We're almost there. Another one of those little mini file folders that I have put some little writing things in, or collage bits, or whatever they get used for. And finally, little writing piece, tag. And this is that little Waterfall notepad that I did the demo for. Now, the one last thing that I forgot to put in the previous video was the pen holder. So I did make a pen holder. The one other thing I did with the writing board is I gave it a tag. So it's easier. I gave it a tag so it's easier to get out. But the tag is some of this fabric, so it's flexible and it can stick out, but it will flex with the journal cover. The pen holder is really, really simple. Just put something here. I used a G2 size pen for my sizing and wrapped a little piece of this vinyl around. And I left extra because usually you're going to have this little clip on there anyway. And all I did was cut it just a little bit long. And I decided to give it kind of some mitered corners. And offset it a little bit. It creates for a smoother transition if it is offset a little bit like this underneath. Okay, well, actually it's going to be like that because it's going to flip over. And so all I did was create a little mark. I wanted to make sure I left it loose. So I created a little mark and I applied glue so that this would be glued down. Made sure that was nice and adhered. And then I made sure that I knew where I was going to put it, because I made a little mark underneath this edge. You can't see it, obviously, which is good, but I made a little mark and a line. And I applied like a 1/2 inch of glue on the back cover so that I could just place that down and it would be glued in place. So it's very simple. And so now that, and it comes with a pen, but there's room there, as I said, for a little bit larger pen. And the writing board, there's the section on the video for that, the previous video. And I did coat both sides with the matte medium. That wraps around. And there it is. It's a very big, I think, wonderful writing journal that I hope provides, golly, a lot of hours of enjoyment and inspiration for whoever chooses to acquire it. The previous journal that had the vinyl cover, I'm so grateful that it sold, and she's happy with it, and I hope she has a lot of fun writing in it. So now this one is available on the Etsy shop. I hope that some things that I did in it were something a little different than what you've seen before and that they inspire you. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to let me know if you like this project. And I love hearing your comments. So that's all for this particular project. I'm going to go in a completely different direction now in the next project, and I've got a few ideas rolling around. Love to hear your suggestions too, if you're seeing what I'm doing in my style. So enough for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll join me in my next video. Bye-bye.